Welcome to the Talking the Line podcast, presented to you by Talking the Line Sports Media, giving you our best insights and analysis so you can rake in some cold hard cash on your next sports bet. Now sit on back, open up your mind, and let's cash some tickets. We can't thank you enough for joining us. We hope you enjoy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, degenerates and gamblers, far and wide. Welcome in to episode number 170. Holy shit, does time fly when you're having fun, of the Talking the Line podcast on this beautiful Wednesday of Bets, also known as the TTL Cruise Thanksgiving Day Spectacular, also known as, so you don't have to check your calendar for the first time here today, November the 24th of the year 2021. Cannot thank you enough for stopping by. I'm sure I'll thank you about 20 more times, but before I have an opportunity to do that and deliver today's show, please take a few moments to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you are currently ingesting the TTL pod on. If you're watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell as well so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional content dropping from the crew like the Wise Words podcast, Season 2 premiering today at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. You know I will be shamelessly plugging that all episode long. But also, if you are watching on one of our social media platforms, make sure you hit that like button, that follow button there as well, so you never miss any of our content in addition to the YouTube. But we never forget about you audio listeners out there as well. If you're listening on your favorite podcast directory, make sure you hit that subscribe button there too, as we do release the audio of every episode after each live show is complete. Next item up on the docket while you're watching today's show, if you could also be so kind to do so, you can find it in your heart. Hit that like button, leave us a comment, leave us a rating, jump on over yonder in the live chat if you are watching live. We will answer every single question on the show live in prime time in the comments, no questions asked. Hey, maybe hit that share button too. Send it on over to your brothers, sisters, friends, enemies, neighbors, people who live on the opposite side of the globe from you, but consider themselves good old-fashioned degenerates and like cashing tickets, because that's what we do here at the TTL Pod. pod, and we can't tell you how much we appreciate it when you do. It only helps us make TTL Sports Media bigger and better for each and every one of you. Last, certainly not least, head on over to this episode's description where you will locate the Talking the Line link tree. Within that link tree, you will find the talkingtheline.com website, all of the TTL Crew's social platforms, and our additional content so you can consume all of that jazz however and whenever you please. All right, enough with the formalities. Ladies and gentlemen and beautiful gambling people joining us on today's show, I am your honored, hyped, humbled, and always handicapping host, Colton Cap'n Colt Soroka, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, get some picks, get some insights, get some analysis, some laughs, dive into some rabbit holes with me and my partner, and get ready for one of the best holidays on the calendar, the Turkey Day, the Thanksgiving holiday, the day where we give thanks. Well, I got one person to give thanks for, and that's the man that sits to my left on every single damn episode of this show. I would be nowhere in this TTL journey without him, so I will kick it off with that. But help me, please, bring him on in for today's show, the TTL Crew's Thanksgiving Day Spectacular. The man, the myth, the degenerate gambling legend, and it would help if my mouse was working today, and the TTL Crew's resident cheesehead himself, Mr. Riley RMags Magnuson. Partner, how the hell you doing over there today, pal?
My man, I am fantastic. I don't know about you. You mentioned it. We've got Thanksgiving tomorrow, one of my favorite days of the damn year for food, for sports. It doesn't matter. I'm juiced, my man. I'm juiced to get into what we've got going on today. I've got some NFL Thanksgiving trivia after our picks that are going to give you some stumpers. It might sound silly, but actually some really interesting stuff.
Oh, no, silly, sir. Sign me the fuck up. I am here for every damn question.
I was honestly looking for the most basic, like 5-year-old. I wasn't seeking this out, but I was expecting to find like the most basic. There's actually some interesting NFL facts on Thanksgiving, so I'm excited to dish that out in about an hour or so.
All right.
My dude, I am excited for a hell of a day of college basketball today. One of the best sneaky non-March Madness college basketball days and weeks of the entire year. So I'm excited to keep these things rocking down the steaming down the tracks and get ourselves back steaming down the tracks. I don't know about you.
Yeah, most definitely. It's been a little bit of a wheel-spinning start to this week. Yesterday marked 2 official days that or 2 official weeks, rather, that we were in the college basketball season so far. Had a good first 2 weeks, and then the 2 days turning over into the 2 weeks have been a little bit of wheel spinners for me and you, partner. But hey, no big deal. We always say mind a goldfish, but we're never going to hide them from you. We're always a full transparency show. We're a couple of goofballs. These things happen from time to time. We like to make fun of them. So with that being said, my friends, please direct your attention to the area behind us, or maybe to the side of us. Yes, it'll be behind us for yesterday's best bets of the day. Partner, I got a little bit of explaining to do. James Madison, absolutely electric. You know, they came back, covered it, got the outright win. Penn dropped in our favor, could not take care of business. Yale dropped in our favor, could not take care of business. Wofford dropped in our favor and could not take care of business. Now, partner, folks, I want you to take note of what I'm saying there. Dropped in our favor, and stick a pin in that. Providence dropped in our favor.
Got smoked.
And got smoked. Partner, same with you on Yale. Texas A&M, hey, congratulations. Way to go back to the well and get the rebound there for the Crew. We needed it from A&M. Son of a bitch. And then Oregon moved in our favor and got killed. Now, my friends, why do I say this? And why am I not quickly moving this away from the screen? And, oh, my gosh, they might never bet with us again or listen to another show. Because, you know, we're full transparency, and we're always going to rebound. We always do at the TTL pod. But one thing I wanted to take note of is these lines moved in our favor, and some lines are moving in the opposite side of the sides that we have taken today. So the opposite thing is happening, and our deduction is that with it being a little bit higher of an influx day, one of the days that most people all of a sudden think they're college basketball experts and they're going to be dropping tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars on the collegiate basketball slate here today, we think this line movement is a little fugazi. So we'll get into that later. But as for yesterday's special play, the 2 for Tuesday parlay, Yikes. The Buffalo Bulls could not take care of business the final action game of the year. They got absolutely chirped out of Ohio, or I'm sorry, out of Ball State. Is Ball State in Ohio? Maybe it is.
I think it might be.
I think it actually might be.
Either Ohio or Indiana. That's
or
some
either one.
Midwest stuff we should know.
Either one. We should know. And then, hey, even the Moneyline Dice were cold, kids.
Yep.
Toledo minus 2.5.
job.
Choke job and a half. Get those doggone things out of here. All right? Now, one final kind of closing thought, Cap, on that those lines moving in our favor.
Yep.
You will see almost every single, I think 2 of my lines have not moved in the opposite direction so far. And sure, that might worry, it does kind of worry me right off the fucking jump, seeing that before I bring it to the show. Holy shit. But I think I'm still confident with those sides because of what we said, partner. It just seems like it's that week that, oh my gosh, why is this line so low? It moves in your favor, makes you want to double down on it, hammer it again, and then, oh my gosh, it doesn't happen. I saw a few people, Houston yesterday. I was going to buy into Houston, ended up staying away. Got doubled up in the first half after the line moved in the favor of Houston from 4.5 to 7.5, and they were losing 40-20 in the first half. Listen up. And I saw people go back and double dip on the second half spread of Houston, and they lost by 2 points. And everybody got crushed on that number. I think that's what's happening this week, and I think that's the theme of this week. Don't believe me, believe the trends. I'm sure we'll talk about it, but hey, can't wait to get into it. Holy shit, let's go. Our boy Juan is live in the chat, baby.
Hey.
Let's go. What's up, brother? Been forever. Shout out, Juan. He finally got his hours switched back at work, so he's rocking and rolling with the crew. Let's go. All right, well, let's get on into it, partner, unless you had anything major or pressing that I have not gone over here yet today.
No, sir. I think we are all set to rock. I mean, shout out to the Gonzaga Bulldogs showing out last night. We didn't have any action on it, obviously, but they are an absolute wagon, my friend.
Wagon.
No disrespect to UCLA.
All caps.
Chet
All
Holmgren,
caps. WAGON.
Oh, my goodness, my
insane.
friend.
We'll talk about it towards the end of the show, or second half of the show at least, because I have no idea
Shout out
who's
Dickie
going to
V. Sorry.
Ooh,
Shout out Dickie
Dickie V. It smells like victory, baby. He's back in action on the sidelines. I fucking love it, baby. I fucking love
like, that
Dickie
is a really
V.
good impression, but you've got like an extra 10% like really hard Italian somewhere
hey,
dug in
that's,
there.
That's
good,
fine.
though.
You always
It's
love
perfect.
to analyze my fucking. If there's an extra 10% and you tune a little bit, fucking Nick Saban. Hey, why don't you try an impression while there's a bunch of people watching us, pal? All I'm saying. I am excited as shit, too, for Dickie V, man. I fucking love it. Hey, we're slap happy today. We're going to be having a blast. So, without further ado, what's coming on today's show? RMags Picks, my picks. RMags has, we'll call it one official pick. Why is that? Because he's actually got 3 picks. Because we're lining up on one, we'll call it a crew play. And then we're also showing down on Thanksgiving. It's supposed to be a holiday of Thanksgiving, and we're going to be throwing blades at each other only for a little bit of the show. Just relax. Then we'll get into my picks. I got 4 coming at you outside of that because minus the crew play and the showdown. So, yeah, 6 in total, 4 coming at you from me. Then we got the Wednesday Warrior. Maybe potentially RMag's new mid-major darling. We'll discuss that. And then also the double special play every Wednesday. You know the drill, the Wednesday Parlay Pop-Off. After that, we'll get into second half of the show, Moneyline Dice Roll. We'll dive into RMags Sidebar. Got some Thanksgiving NFL trivia to get through. I'm excited about that. We'll talk our daily leans. Obviously, we have plenty of back and forth banter to get out of our brains and off of our chests. We'll give you some TTL announcements. We'll get you out of here by around 11:30 because we have the drop of Season 2, Episode number 1 of Wise Words featuring the legendary... You thought I was going to slip? Are you out of your damn minds? You got to wait till 12 p.m. Central Standard Time right here on this YouTube channel if you're watching for the drop. But for now, my friends, that sounds like the episode of the TTL pod here, number 170. So I ask you to kindly cut the drama, cut the nonsense, quit the banter that you could go to every other sports media outlet and get. You come to the TTL pod for the stone cold locks, picks, insights, analysis, laughs, motivation, diving into rabbit holes, partner banging into his boom arm, but mostly, importantly, running tickets to the window with the TTL crew all day and night long. So without further ado, my friends, let's kick off today's show with the first segment of the day. RMags, best bets of the day. And I also kindly ask you to raise your glass, filled with the black elixir of the gods, to me, to you, and to all you beautiful people sipping on that just dark elixir that just gets us going every day. Take your sip, and when you do, hey, partner, you have the floor.
I appreciate you, my man.
Woo!
Thank you for the seasonal whatever you call it here. Greetings, whatever. I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
100%.
You know what I'm trying to say. It's Thanksgiving, and I'm
thankful
saying
for you, dude. Thankful
Yeah.
for you, dude, once again. I'll say it probably 100 times. And thankful for all you sons of guns out there.
Most definitely.
Kill it, partner.
All right, first up today, I am in love with this one. If you've been following us, you've been following me, you might know where I'm going with this one. VCU and Syracuse. I'm riding the VCU under train until the wheels fall off, people. And actually, partner, this is not one where it's like, oh, it's a streak. I'm running it till the wheels fall off, which I am going to be doing that most definitely. But I'd be playing this one without a doubt no matter what, even if I wasn't streaking. If I was only 2 already on these 2 that I've already played. Because this VCU defense, partner, this VCU team, I don't know what I like better for their unders, how good their defense is, or how abysmal their offense is so far, partner. 27th in the league, or in the country, adjusted defensive efficiency. It's your typical VCU defense that's wreaking havoc on teams. That has not gone away. It is still there, but on offense, 233rd adjusted offensive efficiency. It is probably the worst VCU offense that I have seen since the bald man, Shaka Smart, graced their presence about a decade or so ago. The concern for this would be, if you're just looking at this on the surface, the concern would be the Syracuse high-scoring games, their zone defense. They're a little inflated so far because they've been playing some weak opponents, high-scoring, bad defenses. They've actually lost outright to Colgate a week or so ago, and it was a high-scoring affair. But that zone defense that I mentioned, and it's a little concerning, where if you're looking on the surface, they have allowed the most threes in the entire country, 13.3 per game. However, I mentioned how terrible this VCU offense is from three-point partner, 350th in the country in threes made per game, 3.8 threes made per game, 313th in the country in percentage. It's not like they're efficient and they just don't shoot. 313th in percentage with 26. That's my type of numbers, three-point shooting numbers, people. Not a good college basketball offense that's going to exploit a zone defense. When you want to fade Syracuse or take an over, find a team that can shoot threes and pour it in from there. This is not that team. And like I said, this VCU defense is going to be the toughest defense that Syracuse has faced by far. Last thing for me, Syracuse tempo, 177th, right in the middle of the pack. Nothing to be concerned about there as far as a high-flying game is concerned. I love the way that this is just goofy, the way you're looking at me from that tiny ass box. Nonetheless, that's all I got from here. This is another one that I'm in love with. Another one where people are just pouring money onto the over, and the number is falling. That has been the case so far with these VCU unders. I would take this to 100. I don't care where you find this at. Take the under for VCU games until the wheels fall off. That's my first play of the day, people.
Hammered in. I agree. I absolutely love it. You guys might see this play added to another one of our Wednesday plays that you always say, but who's to say? Who am I? Who knows? No clue. What I do know, RMag's first best bet of the day, VCU versus Syracuse, under 131, 130 and a half, 130, wherever the hell that total finds itself at. It's going way under. Partner, why don't you be so kind as to indulge us? Oh, shit, you're over here. Be so kind as to indulge us. I know, I'm getting with it. Be so kind. A little bit too much CBD this morning. Bear with me. Be so kind as to share with the kind folks out there. What is our crew play and your second best bet of the day?
Alrighty, the crew play that we are both playing is the Florida Gators minus the 2 points against the Ohio State Buckeyes today. I think those teams are pretty close, actually, partner. But the big thing for me in this one is that Florida has just proven that they can handle these types of games against these big caliber teams. They have already blown out. They have blowout wins over a really good Florida State team and I would say, a slightly above average Cal team. Nothing crazy to write home about, but they smashed them by 20 points, 4-0 straight up, 3-1 ATS. And Ohio State, as much as I'm sure we're going to like them throughout the season, they're probably going to get better as the season goes on. They've been letting these teams, whoever it is, whether it's bad teams, good teams, they've been letting them hang around all game long. Sometimes they win close games. Sometimes they lose, or more sometimes than not. So far, they've lost these games. But I also think Florida's the toughest team that they have played so far, and I think Florida is the better team right now. Florida is one of a few company of teams that are both top 20 in offensive efficiency and defensive efficiency. Ohio State's pretty high up there in offensive efficiency, not the same as far as defensive. So I like Florida State to win this one by at least 5, partner. I don't know what else you have to add, but I like this one quite a bit today.
Oh, my friend, I just got a couple little points that you didn't add, so I'll slide over here in the main box here, tell the kind folks a couple things you didn't mention, but I think are going to be really doggone important here for today's game. Both are high-powered offenses. You mentioned it, but Ohio State has kind of failed on that side of the ball when it's come to playing some of these bigger-name schools and obviously much higher level caliber of offense. Both offenses are really, really good, so I'm looking to the defensive side of the ball too, and obviously both of being within the top 25 for Florida in offensive and defensive efficiency. You mentioned it, absolutely key here. But another thing I'm looking on the defensive side of the ball is turnovers. Florida lives on the turnovers, my friends. 58th in the nation per KenPom in turnover percent. You look at Ohio State's defense, they're only 226th in the nation in turnover percent, and they have not played very good opponents to have that bad of a defensive ranking like that. I also think rebounds is where this comes down to. Florida State 51st on the offensive side of the ball and 89th on the defensive side of the ball when it comes to rebounding per KenPom. Ohio State 104th offensively and 283rd defensively, again, per KenPom. You mentioned the tempo, pretty similar here for both of them, so I think, though, Florida being a little bit higher, they're going to be able to control this game just a little bit more. But as always, my friends, you don't believe him, you don't believe me, believe the trends. A couple of key ones here that are really going to matter. Ohio State 2-4 ATS last 6 overall. Florida 4-2 ATS last 6 overall. And Florida is 4-2 ATS last 6 meetings with the Ohio State Buckeyes. Give me and my partner to my left now, to my right. I don't know what side this is. You're right, but I got to look left. This is all fucking backwards. Either way, hammer in the Florida Gators -2. All right, my friend. It's time to roll up the sleeves. It's time to let me have it. And it's time to dive in to this beautiful Thanksgiving Day, this Wednesday. Well, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, but the beautiful Wednesday Thanksgiving Spectacular from the TTL crew. We got a showdown. What side say you in the matchup between the UConn Huskies and the Auburn Tigers?
My friend, I just love how anytime it's a Tiger team, you just go with the coach.
Go Tigers!
I love that.
Go Tigers!
Well, you're going to be saying that today, my friend, because
I'm
taking the Auburn Tigers plus the 2.5. You got a little bit of different number than I did. Better for your side, obviously. And I got the number helps me a little bit more. I got the hook on this one plus 2.5. And this isn't our classic showdown where I'm, saying fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about. I think this is a really interesting discussion on this matchup because I think these teams are really, really close. And I'm honestly just playing the number with the underdog. If UConn was plus 2.5, I'd probably take UConn in this matchup. I think they're really close. 29th and 30th, these teams are in offensive efficiency. 19th, 34th in defensive efficiency, which UConn does have the edge there. But the final edge that I like in this one is the edge in tempo for Auburn. 79th in tempo compared to UConn, 179th. And also, both of these teams have faced easy schedules, partner, but UConn has faced, according to KenPom, the second easiest schedule in the country, 357th in the entire country out of 358th. As far as their strength of schedule, I believe offense, it is the least efficient offenses that they have faced. Third in defensive efficiency faced. So I think we're going to see some regression as far as that is concerned against a really good Auburn team. I think it's going to be a really close game. And, I put it as 50-50 who's going to win this game. So if you're giving me a few points with an underdog, that's where I'm taking it. So like I said, not really saying screw you, you don't know what you're talking about. I don't think UConn is a bad play by any means. But I personally am siding with the Auburn Tigers plus the 2.5.
Sure enough, I feel ya. I get what you're saying. I'm going to quickly make it my best bets of the day because it's time for the damn showdown, partner. I'm taking the UConn Huskies -2. I'm all right with -2.5. Fuck, I'm even all right with -3.5. I think this is the right side. I think that all the experts and sharps have made their way out of their caves and are backing the Auburn Tigers. I love the extra 2.5 points. Give it to me. And, I think it might be tight, but I think there's some key critical areas in the late stages of this game that are going to allow the Huskies to pull away. First is that they have a severe offensive edge. Well, not incredibly, but there is one area that I want to talk about. 29th in adjusted offensive efficiency, 39th in expected field goal percent, and 4th in offensive rebounding percent. I want you to take note of the expected field goal and the offensive rebounding percent because that's going up against Auburn's offense. That's 30th in adjusted offensive efficiency, so almost identical to UConn, but 163rd in expected field goal percent and 67th in offensive rebounding percent. I love the Huskies to clean up the boards more oftentimes than not on the offensive side of the ball and get them a couple key critical baskets that we need to help lengthen this spread between the two teams towards the end of the game. Also, their defense, 19th in adjusted defensive efficiency per KenPom. That's going up against Auburn's 34th, so not completely terrible, but again, I want you to pay attention to expected field goal percent for opponents and for turnover percent because this, again, is where the edge lies with UConn. They're 5th in opponent expected field goal percent and 3rd in turnover percent in the nation per KenPom. That's compared to Auburn. That's 31st in opponent expected field goal percent and 97th in turnover percent. I think this game comes down to a few free throws right at the end. I think UConn's able to pull away by 4 or 5 because of a couple key critical bonehead moves on the offensive side of the ball and maybe a goofy turnover by Auburn. I think that's what this comes down to. Pure hustle, but you don't believe me, believe the trends. UConn 7-1 ATS last 8 Wednesday games, 5-1 ATS last 6 as a neutral site favorite, and 5-2 ATS last 7 following an ATS loss. Auburn 3-8 ATS last 11 Wednesday games and 2-6 ATS last 8 versus a team with a winning record. I'm all over UConn Huskies -2, 2.5, okay with even -3, and my partner all over the Auburn Tigers +2.5, +3.5. I'm sure he would love it at +4.5 or +5 too. So with all that being said, go back to the first segment, partner. Anything else you need to dish out, relay, or banter about in regards to your 3 best bets of the day?
I don't think so. I feel like I did have something in my head, but now it's gone. So we'll go right ahead. Kill yours. I think you got, 4 more to get it dish out?
Yep, and we'll cook right on through them, so we got plenty of time to get everything hammered in here and dish out the special play and then also recap all the best bets of the day. So let's go back to my best bets of the day, my friends, and we're going to the first matchup between the Stony Brook Sea Wolves and the Fairfield Stogs. I know it's Stags. Calm down. Relax, everybody. Okay. I did hammer in the Fairfield Stags -3. It has dropped down to a pick'em in some places, -1.5, but I don't think I'm afraid of it. I think I would take this all the way up to 5, even 6. I think they win this by about 6, 7, even 8 points here against Stony Brook. Stony Brook is just a bad team this year. They have yet to cover a spread, either an underdog or as a favorite, and I'm not buying them as a dog or as a pick'em in any spot until proven otherwise. There are very few places that you can back the Stags, and this, my friends, is one of them. When they are severely undervalued in a market that not a lot of people are going to be playing, I think that line movement is fugazi, and I'm going to still be backing the Stags with confidence. Couple of key reasons, because their offense is just way better. They're shooting 46% from the floor compared to Stony Brook's 38.7. They're also just absolutely dropping it in from deep, 38.4% right now. That's compared to Stony Brook, 29.3% from behind the three-point arc. You looked at expected field goal percent, they're leaps and bounds ahead of Stony Brook. 180th in expected field goal percent is Fairfield compared to 283rd in expected field goal percent for Stony Brook. And then another key spot I'm looking at too is offensive rebounding, baby. Cleaning up that offensive glass is key, critical in these small mid-major games. 111th in the nation per KenPom is Fairfield. 338th in the nation in offensive rebounding percent is Stony Brook per KenPom. Defense is also much better for Fairfield than it is for Stony Brook. Couple of key stats you need to be aware of. Fairfield only allowing opponents to shoot 39.3 from the floor. That's compared to Stony Brook allowing 51.6% from the floor. They're also 338th in opponent expected field goal percent. That is Stony Brook, and 248th in defensive rebounding percent per Ken Pom. You look at Fairfield on those exact same stats, and you got yourself another edge, my friends. 196th in opponent expected field goal percent and 93rd in defensive rebounding percent, once again per Ken Pom. This will come down to a few key free throws as well towards the end, but Fairfield's got another edge there, my friends. I got 3 key edges for you. 75.4% from the charity stripe for the Stags and only 71.4% for the Seawolves. You don't believe me? Believe the trends. Stony Brook, 2-5 ATS last 7 Wednesday games, 0-4 ATS last 4 road games. Stony Brook is also 1-4 ATS last 5 following an ATS win. Fairfield, 4-1 ATS last 5 following an ATS win, and 4-1 ATS last 5 following a straight-up win, not to mention their 7-1 ATS their last 8 overall. Give me the Fairfield Stags at the pick'em at the -2.5, or if this goes back up to -3.5 too, I'm fine with that as well for my first best bet of the day.
I like it, partner. I just actually hammered in, so DraftKings and FanDuel a little bit different. I just hammered in Moneyline on FanDuel, -110 for Fairfield. It is -1 on DraftKings. It was +1.5 with -128 odds on FanDuel. Stony Brook at -1.5 was like +105. So I don't know. I think some goofy stuff's happening here with Stony Brook. I think it's real fugazi. So give us Fairfield, baby. I'm with you.
Yeah, you taking the money line at this point in time with kind of that movement and everything that's going on, I would feel that as the safer side for sure. I'll admit to that, but I still think I'm confident with the -3. So solid pick up there on the money line, but there you go. First best bet of the day. Second was the Yukon Huskies -2. So there you go. There you have it. Let's move in to the third best bet of the day. Going to probably my favorite mid-major matchup on the entire board today. Excuse me, goodness gracious. Oh, I got to get that one out. Okay, here we go. Going to the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders against the Mercer Bears, and I'm taking the Blue Raiders +4.5. I'm not worried about any line movement on this one or really anything going on. I think that just the entire public or the experts absolutely love Mercer. Hell, I love Mercer too, but I don't think they're 5.5-point favorites in this spot because of a couple key reasons, and Middle Tennessee being able to keep games close and being cover machines all 2021 so far. Yeah, both teams are really similar offensively and defensively. Mercer does have a slight offensive edge, but Middle Tennessee has a slight defensive edge. So, much like my last analysis, I think this is going to come down to those hustle stats and those turning point stats. Rebounds, free throws, turnovers. So you know my goofy ass brought those to the show here today. Middle Tennessee, when we're talking about rebounds here first. 93rd in offensive rebounding percent, 184th in defensive rebounding percent per Ken Pom. You say, I don't know about that. Well, 273rd is Mercer in offensive rebounding percent. So I think they have a pretty severe problem cleaning up the offensive glass, and that might lead to their demise here today outright. But we don't need all of that. We just need MTSU to cover the points because also Mercer is 87th in defensive rebounding percent. So I think they'll be able to hold their own there, but I think not being able to clean up the offensive glass is really going to cause some problems for him here today. I'm also looking at turnovers, and Middle Tennessee holds a severe edge. Now, on offense, they're pretty much the same. 242 ranked, 242nd ranked for Mercer, and 275th ranked on the offensive side of the ball for Middle Tennessee per Ken Pom. But defensively, Middle Tennessee holds a severe edge, 14th in the nation in turnover percent per Ken Pom, compared to Mercer's 190th in the nation. So there's another edge for you. Middle Tennessee, I think they're going to live and die by the turnover here today. And then also, charity stripe, baby. It comes down to it in tight spread games like this. Mercer's only shooting 67.6% from the stripe, and Middle Tennessee 71.7%. I will take all 3.1% of that, or 4.1% of that. Let me do my math right. I love that when it comes down to this time of the year in early year invitational tournament time. But you don't believe me. Believe the trends. Middle Tennessee, 11-3 ATS last 14 Wednesday games played away from their home court. 4-2 ATS last 6 overall, and 4-1 straight up their last 5 overall. Love that trend. But Mercer, 0-5 ATS last 5 games played against a Conference USA opponent, and 2-4 straight up over their last 6. I'll let you be the judge whether they should be favored or even favored by that much with some of those key trends, but I digress and give you my second best bet of the day. The Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders +4.5 or +5.5, wherever you're finding that on your book.
I'm backing you, Parkner.
Parkana.
Keep it rocking, dude. I think that line movement's fishy. I don't think you need to buy into it too much. I think that might even get us over the edge to potentially a close game, getting us that extra 1.5 or whatever it is. Point. I think 100%. It's important in this in our case this time around.
100%. I will keep it moving, keep it grooving with my third best bet of the day. Going to the matchup between the Nicholls State Colonels and the Utah Valley State Wolverines. I'm backing the Wolverines, got them at -2. It's down to a pick 'em in some spots. This is another one that I told you. Don't worry about the line movement because I think the Wolverines take care of this no problem whatsoever. I think Nicholls State is being a little overvalued just because they're 4-2 straight up right now. And I'm going to tell you why. There's a couple key things you really need to be take note of, rather. Tempo is one of them. Nicholls State is a little bit faster, 122nd in the nation. Utah Valley State, 183rd in the nation. But I think this allows Utah Valley State to lean on their offensive edge, slow the game down a little bit, value their possessions, and really start to build a lead against Nicholls State. Nicholls State's only 242nd in adjusted offensive efficiency, going up against Utah Valley State's 188th. Now you also look at expected field goal percent. Nicholls State's only 237th in the nation per KenPom. Utah Valley State 70th in expected field goal percent per KenPom. So I like Utah Valley State, again, to control the clock, value their possessions, and put more buckets in basket than Nicholls State will do. I also love Utah Valley State to control the offensive and defensive glass. They're 17th in the nation per KenPom in offensive rebounding percent, 129th in the nation in defensive rebounding percent. Compare that to Nicholls State, that's only 266 in the nation in offensive rebounding percent and 233rd in defensive rebounding percent. I think we see the Wolverines absolutely destroy the Colonels on the glass today, and I think we see him destroy a little bit on the free throw stripe as well. You know, I've always liked to take a look at that. It's valuable here. We're only getting 3%, but both teams suck from the line, so you want the one that sucks a little less, and that just tends to be Utah Valley State. 63% from the line to Nicholls State 60%, and that's being nice. Actually 59.5%. I just rounded up to be cool to him. I'm not buying it. I don't like the line movement, but I'm still rocking and rolling with the Wolverines -2. I'd be fine with them at a pick'em as well, but you don't believe me, believe the trend. Nicholls State 3-8 ATS, last 11 as a neutral site dog, 1-4 ATS, last 5 versus a team with a winning straight up record. The Wolverines 6-1 ATS, last 7 following an ATS win, 4-1 ATS, last 5 as a favorite, and 7-3 ATS, last 10 versus a team with a straight up winning record. Give me the Wolverines -2 for my fourth best bet of the day.
Also lock this one in, partner. I'm wondering if some love affair with Nicholls State for a lot of the public has something to do. This was a team that knocked off Northern Iowa to kick off the season.
Correct.
We've seen what Northern Iowa has been. They have not been any better since that night. They've actually had bigger losses to teams on the same status. So don't look into that one at all. I'm with you on this one, partner.
All right, hey, because I hadn't really gotten too deep with that one in you. I like that one. Okay, so we're on the same page with the Fugazi line movement. So let's keep this moving, keep this grooving. I don't need to tell you any more about the Florida Gators at -2, my fifth best bet of the day. So I'll get into my sixth and final. This one might be my favorite, and I'm still all over it. I don't care. Going to the matchup between the UCSD Tritons and the Montana Grizzlies, and if anybody knows Big Sky basketball, you know it's this guy that usually forgets to write dipshit off of his forehead in the morning, but didn't today, and he's speaking facts. He's on the right side. This is the point in time when the Montana Grizz start to get a little overvalued, and I think this is exactly what we are seeing. UCSD is actually 4-0 straight up, 3-0 ATS, and they have come out like a wagon so far this year, and there's no reason for us not to back them at +5, 5.5, or 6. I think it is Fugazi line movement, and I think you need to buy, I believe you need to buy into the UC San Diego Tritons. But don't believe me, believe a couple of key things. Tempo's going to loom large as all hell. I watch Montana basketball all the time. They love to play slow, as evidenced by their 298th ranking in tempo per KenPom. UCSD, I'm quickly finding out they love to fucking boat race team. 64th in the nation in tempo per KenPom, and we watched it as evidence against Cal. Cal could never get a hold of that game, and I think we see that exact same thing here today. Offensively, UCSD much more efficient as well. They're 196 in the nation in adjusted offensive efficiency, but 42nd in expected field goal percent per KenPom. Compare that to Montana, 159th in the nation in adjusted offensive efficiency compared to 249th in expected field goal percent for Montana. Also defensively, at the end of the day, UCSD just holds a much more clear, distinct advantage. They might be 251st in adjusted defensive efficiency. Montana might be 194th in adjusted defensive efficiency. You just look at that, that's a wrap. Don't have to look at anything else. Well, let's look at a couple more underlying factors that I think allows this game to fall in favor of the Tritons. 18th in opponent expected field goal percent is UCSD on the defensive side of the ball, and 18th in defensive rebounding percent per KenPom. Compare that to Montana, 289th in opponent expected field goal percent and 258th in defensive rebounding percent. The free throws, again, I'll tell you about them. They're dead even, and actually both of these teams are pretty damn good at knocking down charity stripe shots. Montana does have a slight little bit of an edge, but 77.9% to UCSD 76%. Oh my gosh, don't freak out. Hold on. I think we see a little progression from UCSD because they are ranked second in free throw rate per KenPom in the nation right now, where Montana is only 68th in the nation in free throw rate. So I think we have found our edges, but you don't believe me, believe the trends. UCSD 6-0 ATS last 6 overall, 5-1 ATS last 6 as a puppy dog, 4-1 ATS last 5 following an ATS win. Montana 2-9 ATS last 11 home games and 1-7 ATS their last 8 as a home favorite. They're also 1-7 ATS their last 8 Wednesday games and 0-8 their last 8 ATS following an ATS win. I think they might be coming my new mid-major darlings. Lock them in for my final best bet of the day. The UCSD Tritons, +5, +5.5, or +6.
I'm interested, partner. I'm so interested that we may or may not have this one coming up here in a second.
Oh, really? You don't say.
I do say. Yeah.
Who's to know?
Who's to say?
All right. Well, that all being said, I think I might know, because from time to time I do produce this show.
Yeah.
So
how about that?
How about it's time to get into the third segment of the day, part A of the third segment of the day, because it's a two-parter, you know, Wednesdays, double special play. The Wednesday Warrior and the Wednesday Parlay Pop-Off, baby. Oh, my goodness, partner. I'm going to yield back. I'm going to stay away. You are going to handle Section 1, Article A of this here third segment of the TTL pod. I saw it this morning. I said, no way are these boys getting this many points. I looked a little bit deeper, dove into some trends, flicked through the Action Network. Shout out, follow me at cash_with_Colt, follow Riley at RMags, or follow Talking the Line at Talking the Line. And I scrolled a little bit deeper, and I saw your head pop up on their side of the board. I said, oh my gosh, he's hammered it in. I have to follow wherever RMags leads with this team. He says, I don't want to make it my best bet of the day, partner, because I got even more faith in that. I need everybody else to take advantage of this too, and I think they need to be our Wednesday Warrior special play. I said, son of a bitch, I'm on the same page with you as well. So, partner, I yield back and ask you to tell the kind folks out there about our Wednesday Warrior special play of the day.
My friend, the puppies are going to be barking today, not because we're just taking the underdog, but we're taking the Boston University Terriers plus the points.
Let's go.
For our
Let's
Wednesday
go.
Warrior. It's actually, so it is going the opposite way. It is up to 18.5, but another one where I don't really care about that today because I think that number is, this is against the Florida State Seminoles, a team that I really like a lot. They're a very good team. I think this is a little too many points, and I think the general public is going to be thinking that this isn't enough points for the Florida State Seminoles, under 20 for a team that I do believe they just fell out of the rankings, but they will find themselves back in there pretty soon. Nonetheless, though, you look at their schedule. They've been taking care of some of these bad teams. Why isn't this higher? I don't know. You tell me. This Boston Terriers team, guys, is a really good team. 4-2 straight up. They've handled the Northern Illinois Huskies by almost 20. They're beating these bad teams pretty handily. I just think they're a really, really solid team. A service that we use, OddsShark, has the Boston University Terriers actually beating these Florida State Seminoles. Not taking them on the money line. Might do a little the old babiest of baby sprinkles on that money line. I don't even know what the
When
number
were you
is
going to divulge that fucking information with me?
right now.
Oh,
Plus
okay.
1,400. I'm
Thank
talking
you.
like baby sprinkle.
Hey,
like,
either way, thank you.
Hey,
Love it.
let's get on it. It's plus 1,400. That's not the Wednesday Warrior, though. I don't know what else you can add to this one, partner. As far as actual offensive and defensive numbers, I didn't really dive too deep into this one, if I'm being totally honest. But
I don't think you need to.
Terriers plus the points, man.
I don't think you need to
because
because
about this one.
Yeah, I don't think you need to because everything you're going to find is going to be, oh my gosh, the Florida State Seminoles are so much better than Boston U. And if you have not bet on Boston U, if you have not watched Boston U, two check boxes that we both have check marks in on this side and that side of the screen, Boston U can keep this within at least 10 points. Keep this within at least maybe 8. And OddsShark predicting big point spread dogs to win the game outright has almost been 100% so far this season. So shout out to OddsShark. I know there's a lot of other models and stuff out there, but OddsShark has some of the best computer predictions on the market. Shout out OddsShark.
Especially since like the first few days when people really didn't know what was going on. The last week and a half or so,
they've been spot on.
Has it been good?
They've been spot on. So there you go. There you have it. The Wednesday Warrior special play, the Boston U Terriers. Now, how about the Wednesday Parlay Pop-Off? Well, I'm so glad you asked because everybody needs a little extra juice in their life. This week's three-legger featuring the Wednesday Warrior, one of my picks and one of RMags picks, is paying out at grand total of 6.5 to 1. You put you a little 10 spot down, you're getting you 75 back in return. You put a 20 spot down, you're getting 125 back in return. Not hard to do the math there, my friends. So get ready to hammer this shit in. Wednesday Warrior, Boston U, plus 17, plus 18.5. Fuck, let it go to plus 20.5. Drop back down to plus 15.5. We'll still take the damn Boston U Terriers. RMags pick added to the Wednesday Parlay Pop-Off. The VCU Rams versus Syracuse Orange under 130.5 total points, or wherever the hell that thing's at. I love it to go, 110. I don't think it might even get in the 120s for crying out loud. And my pick to add the UCSD Tritons, plus 5.5, just being undervalued by a few points, and they should be put on this parlay. My partner mentioned it, and here they are once again. The three legs on the Wednesday Parlay Pop-Off tallied up for a plus 650 payout, my friends. Let's get that plus money Paulie to the pay window and have just a beautiful start to our Thanksgiving ticket cashing. Next 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Long weekend, if you will.
Most definitely, dude. And this one is a nice one that I really, as much as I like having a parlay with 2 or 3 things going at once, this is one where 4 p.m., 6 p.m., 8:30 p.m., one right after another, one game ends, you flip the other one on, and we'll get this damn thing steaming to the window, my friend.
I love it.
Cannot wait. I love this one so much.
I absolutely love it too. So there you go. There you have it, my friends. The Wednesday Warrior and the Wednesday Parlay Pop-Off. Now, if you missed anything, how about let's dive into the full recap of all of our best bets of the day. Now, I got to do a little bit of background duties here that I should have been doing as my partner was wrapping up that last segment. But hey, that's all right. You know, I wanted to listen to him. I wanted to make sure I was being attentive. So there you go. There you have it. And you're about to really have it with all of our best bets of the day. Now, before you do, my friends, I kindly ask you to rip out your sports books, pull out your pens and pencils in case you are a little bit mistake prone. You can do it just a quick little erasing and go right back to action. Or hey, if you only have a pen around, maybe you'll have a few scribbles, but that's all right too. Get ready, whatever form, fashion, mode you utilize to take advantage of taking stock of the TTL Crew's best bets of the day. Please get that ready right now. And get ready for the live primetime premiere of the TTL Crew's best bets of the day for this beautiful Wednesday of bets, November 24th, 2021. If you would so kindly turn your attention all the way directly above us, very top left of your screen, you will see RMags Picks 3 coming at you. He's taking the VCU Rams versus Syracuse Orange under 130.5. He's taking the Florida Gators -2, much like me. You'll see it on my side of the screen. We'll cover that in a minute. And then he's showing me down with the UConn Huskies. He's taking the Auburn Tigers +2.5. Turn your attention to the right side of your screen, the winning side of your screen. When it comes to the TTL showdown, the UConn Huskies -2. Also have Florida -2, Florida Gators with my partner, but the remaining 4 picks coming from me. Fairfield Stags -3, fine with the pick'em and line movement. Middle Tennessee +4.5, +3, +5.5, wherever you find it at, I'm fine with that movement as well, but I got it at 4.5. Utah Valley State -2 on the Wolverines, and the UCSD Tritons +5 or 5.5, wherever you're finding it at. Below all of those picks, directly to the side of us, you see our Wednesday Warrior of the day, the Boston University Terriers, +17.5, RMags new mid-major darling, and directly above us, the double special play of every single Wednesday, the Wednesday Parlay Pop-Off, 3 legs paying out at over 6.5 to 1 odds. The Wednesday Warrior, Boston U Terriers, +17. RMags Picks, VCU versus Cuse, under 130. And my pick, UCSD, +5, once again for grand total, +650 payout. And all of these are making it to the pay window. Putting it out in the world now. But before they can, my friends, I need you to lock them in, hammer them home, sprinkle a little bit of dough down. Whatever you need to say, just make sure you get today's TTL crew best bets of the day that are primed for a ticket cash-in at whatever the current best line is on your favorite sportsbook.
I love it, my man. Do you know where we are for this one?
This is, you got me, hold on, Atlantis, so... Ooh, is this one? No, this one's not in Vegas. Where is this one at?
No. This is also in the Bahamas. So I was
this
slightly
one is
mistaken
too.
Earlier in the week. There was another one that we had in the Bahamas that was in a ballroom, which was not, which I believe that was still correct, but that was a smaller tournament. I think I remember saying like, oh, I think it's usually better teams. This is the one I was thinking it was. The Battle for Atlantis. This is in an even bigger ballroom. One of my favorite tournaments to watch because they had like the blue lights all over the place. It looks fucking awesome, dude. There's a handful of big games there today. This one I believe is Auburn UConn among a handful of other big ones. So beauty of a venue that they make for this tournament, my friend.
Gorgeous, and thank you for letting us know where this is located. Now we have another answer to more trivia for today. So there you go. There you have it, my friends. TTL Crew's best bets of the day for Wednesday, November 24th, 2021. Okay, there we go. There we have it. Let's kick off the second half of the show with our usual honorable guest, the Moneyline Dice, making their appearance and their daily roll. So we will put them in the ticker, and they're ready to make their appearance. Now, didn't acknowledge it. You might have not seen it on the previous screen because it was kind of buried with all the ticker and all the jazz going on, but it was down there. Moneyline Dice roll. Tonight's matchup, NBA, hardwood. Going to the game between the Lakers and the Pacers. Partner, if you could be so kind as to tell us where is this game being played at, who's the favorite, who's the dog, what's our total set at, and let's get to rolling.
Alrighty, at this current moment, the line for this Pacers and Lakers game, it is in Indianapolis. It is right now, and I said that a little weird.
Indianapolis?
But Indianapolis. It is in Indy. It is a couple different spots. This one has been jumping all over the place today. I was interested earlier in the Pacers, but now it is up to 4.5. We'll call it, we typically use FanDuel for these, so we'll call it 4.5. Over under set at 217.5 in favor of the Pacers. Money line for the Pacers is at -180, so not horribly chalky, but still a little bit chalky. Potentially sounds like LeBron James. I believe he served he did serve as a suspension last night. It was only a 1-game suspension. They've got a back-to-back now. I have to imagine he's going to play again tonight, but back-to-back might take a rest day. Who knows? I'm just going to assume that he's playing though today, partner.
Okie dokie, artichoke. Well, the dice know the drill. I know the drill. I know who the favorites are. I know where the total's at. They do too. So let's get after it. First roll of the day. Are we taking the away team, LA Lakers, or the home team, Indiana Pacers? I assure you, there are multiple aways and homes on this die. We all find out in 3, in 2, 1. Away, away, away,
Okay,
away,
Lakers.
away, straight up. Away Lakers.
All right.
Off to the side. Second roll, money line or against the spread. Do we get even juicier of a plus money, Paulie? Or are we getting a couple extra points where I would absolutely love 4 points if LeBron James is starting. So without further ado, we find out in 3, in 2, in 1. ATS, we do get the 4 points per the Moneyline Dice. First unofficial pick, you see the ATS there. Los Angeles Lakers plus 4. Now the wild card roll. Will the Dice be doubling down on their selection for the second day in a row? Yesterday didn't work out so well, but hopefully if they do, it works out well for the second day in a row. But how about they might need a reroll? I have no idea. Or maybe they're just going to skip all that bullshit and go right to the total. We once again find out in 3, in 2, in 1. Home ATS. It is a re-roll. All right. Well, the dice are getting a little funny, so here we go.
Hey,
Quicker,
man, they got
faster.
a few days off. They just got to get their screen time, apparently.
Apparently. You want your own set of Moneyline Dice, go to this episode's description. Check out the second link there. You're welcome. MoneylineDice.com. You can enter code TTL10, TTL10 at checkout for 10% off your first order on MoneylineDice.com. Okay, first roll once again. Home or away? Shoot. Home team. Home team.
Okay.
They were a little confused. Home team.
All right.
I apologize. I got to show you. Home team. Okay.
They're going to re-roll like 4 times. I already see it.
ATS or Moneyline for the Pacers. Shoot. Moneyline.
Okay.
Yeesh.
Okay, minus 180 on that money line.
Wild card die, multiple different crazy wild sides. Under.
Money line in the
217.
under, huh? You don't say. Under, actually, I do like the under. It looks like a lot of money hammering in on the over. Let me see if there's any line movement there.
None of it. The dice have spoken! If you want to guaranteed take 2 tickets to the window tonight, no questions, no qualms, no queries, none of the bullshit. Not our plays, the cubicle honorable objects known as the Moneyline Dice tell you to hammer in right here, right now. The Indiana Pacers on their money line, and the under 217.5 in the Los Angeles Lakers versus Indiana Pacers matchup tonight.
Thank you,
Dice.
Thank you,
Jinx,
Dice.
you owe me a soda.
Thank
Thank you, Dice.
I don't
hate it either. I don't either.
I think the money line might be the safest play there. Obviously chalky, but
yeah.
I think the Pacers get it done. The Pacers just been so weird, dude, and obviously the Lakers haven't been less weird. But who knows, man? I like that under,
exact opposite flip though. Lakers 2-5 ATS on the road. Pacers 5-2 ATS at home. So just so fucking I have no idea, but they're also 5 and so it's the exact same thing for straight up as well. 2-5 straight up, 5-2 straight up, way home split. So
Lakers have been without LeBron a decent amount of those games, so their spread records are rough. Thank you, Dice, though. Thank you.
Have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you on the opposite side, boys. Okay, well there we go. There we have it. Moneyline Dice roll of the day. All right. We went about an hour today. We were a little windy, we were a little goofy, a little wild first half of the show, moving into the second half, but that's all right. It's the Thanksgiving Day Spectacular. We got more rabbit holes to dive into, more laughs to be had, even more shit talk to be dished out. And I'm actually really excited for the first start here. You teased it at the beginning. You had me moving and grooving early. I've been spinning the wheels trying to think as much trivia knowledge that I know. I got the file cabinets open, partner, so if you could be so kind as to tell us what's burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul that you have been dying to get out to the kind folks that joined us on episode number 170 of this here Talking the Line podcast on this absolutely beautiful November 24th in the year 2021.
All right, my friends. NFL Thanksgiving, knowledge, facts, trivia, what have you. Partner, I'm going to kick it off with some facts and also some softballs to get your trivia brain warmed up a little bit here. This one won't make you guess. This one, NFL has been playing games on Thanksgiving since 1920, about as long as the NFL has been in existence.
How long they been eating turkey legs? You know.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. There was some Galloping Gobbler Award stuff that I didn't write down. Interesting stuff there, but I avoided that. Who has who has the most wins and losses on Thanksgiving? The same team has the most wins, most losses, so most games played.
Did I just miss you say the answer?
I did the first syllable of it. That's why I stopped myself.
Oh well, I didn't catch you. Okay, so didn't catch it good enough. Most wins and most losses on...
Who's played the most on Thanksgiving?
Fucking Lions. Detroit
there
Lions.
You go. That's why I said softball to get you warmed up here.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Lions have been playing on Thanksgiving since 1934, except for a small hiatus due to World War II, 1941 to 44.
Eating turkey legs started for fun in 1989, and the first official, I don't know.
I know John Madden used to love doing these awards.
John Madden celebrates Thanksgiving with his own set of turkey leg. I don't know. I think 89 was the first year, like it was for fun, and then maybe 90 was the first official year they did it.
And some guys fucking love getting these awards. Some guys are just like, just thanks, man.
Murdering it down right now.
Fuck yeah,
just absolutely destroying it. I love it. Keep it moving.
Second most wins. Another team that's played on. This is still softball. Second most wins.
Second most wins. Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys 30-22. Lions, if I didn't say it, are 37-42 record on Thanksgiving.
Wow.
And this one is just a fact. I won't make you guess this one. The Packers and Lions record for most combined points, 87 in 1951. Most points scored on a Thanksgiving Day.
87.
Now,
could you imagine?
Points.
Could you imagine 87 points on a Thanksgiving Day? I don't know the last time we've actually seen that.
Not in 1951, I can't.
Holy shit, but not in 1951 either. What were they doing? Running triple flea flickers and just confusing the boys on Thanksgiving? What, did we get a little too hungover on defense the day before? Fuck around on Blackout Wednesday? Like, what happened here, man? Holy shit.
50s were some dark days for my pack. I believe the score was like 50-something to 20-something or 30-something for the Lions or something like that. Nonetheless, not a ton of Packers trivia on this one. The Packers, of all their star-studded history that I like to talk about, Thanksgiving has been a dark day for my pack.
Ain't one of them.
It is not one of them. I feel like I actually don't know what the Bears record is. Everyone is always like pissed off about the Lions being on Thanksgiving. Bears and Packers fans are like, fuck that. I do not want to play the Lions on Thanksgiving. Every time it's us playing against them, they can get scrappy here and there. I don't want any part of it. Nonetheless, moving off of that soapbox. Actual trivia here. Who is the only team that has never played a game on Thanksgiving? The Jaguars, the Panthers, the Browns, or the Vikings?
One more time with the question. I'm looking up also additional Bears shit. Please continue.
Okay. One team has never played a game on Thanksgiving. Who is it? Jaguars, Panthers, Browns, or Vikings?
Jaguars, Panthers, Browns, or Vikings. It's funny because I might have just pulled up a site to where I would have been looking at a chart that would have had this. I'm just going to say it because it sounds really obvious, and nobody wants to watch this on Thanksgiving. The Jaguars.
Correct.
Okay.
Well,
there you go. Also, nobody wants to watch the dumpster fire.
Yeah. Also, a fairly new franchise. Looked like the Panthers came in also in the 90s. They played their first game in 2015. What quarterback has the most single game yard record for Thanksgiving game? Troy Aikman. This was in 1998. I'll give you that hint. Troy Aikman.
Passing?
Most passing yards in a single Thanksgiving game. It was 1998. Troy Aikman, John Elway, Dan Marino, Brett Favre.
I would say
455 yards. Troy Aikman. There you go.
Let's
2-0
go,
so far.
baby. Come on.
That game, not a part of this trivia. Also, that game was the most combined passing yards between two quarterbacks. Randall Cunningham threw for 359 yards. So most combined passing yards. Also in that same game.
Was that Randall Cunningham Eagles?
Vikings.
Vikings Randall Cunningham. Okay.
I believe. Let's see. Who holds the record for the most career passing yards on Thanksgiving? Matt Stafford, Tony Romo, Aaron Rodgers, or Dan Marino?
This one's a really hard one. I feel like it's almost too obvious, and I want to say the other one. I really want to say Romo, but I'm going Matt Stafford.
There you go, 3-0. Stafford passed Romo. Romo, I believe, unless somebody else has passed him the last few years, Stafford passed Romo in 2017.
Let's go. I'm hot.
All right. So there is two quarterbacks in Thanksgiving history to post a perfect passer rating of 158.3. One was Dave Creek. Wasn't going to make you guess that one. And the other one happened in 2010. Is it Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, or Matt Stafford?
Perfect passer rating, 150.3, 150.8.
158.3 is perfect.
158.3. Okay, I got a little bit of dyslexia. Hey, all good. Oh, Tom's too obvious. I don't think so. Give me the other three.
Brady, Manning, Rodgers, or Stafford.
I don't remember Manning playing on a Thanksgiving Day since 2010.
I'll give you a tiny hint. I don't believe I have the same answer in any question twice, so that rules out Matt Stafford.
Okay, so no Stafford. So that's where I was going. Then give me Peyton Manning.
It is Tom Brady. Tom Brady in 2010.
I couldn't remember him playing on a Thanksgiving. I felt like I remembered Peyton before I remembered him.
Damn it. With me. That was a little surprising to me. At least, because the same reason you said it. I can't remember Brady playing.
That seems too easy, yeah.
A little bit of a similar question. Two guys have thrown for a record 6 touchdowns in a Thanksgiving day. One of them is Bob Greasy. Other one happened in 2004. Is it Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, or Phillip Rivers?
Just because I felt like he's got dad power on Thanksgiving with all 17,000 of his kids watching him at the same time. Phillip Rivers.
No, sir. I actually that is real close to his rookie year. That might have even been right before I'm blanking on what his first. 2004 might be his rookie year. I'm blanking on that. It is Peyton Manning though. Peyton Manning in 2004. So you're a little off. 3-2, not bad though. I did not expect. Just because these are tougher questions than I imagined.
Yeah, those were actually rough.
So this one's an interesting one.
Can you stay above 500?
Single game rushing record, rushing yards, 273. I'll make it tough for you at first. I won't tell you the year. Is it Ezekiel Elliott, Walter Payton, Emmitt Smith, or O.J. Simpson? I can give you a hint if you want it because this one's a tough one.
I feel like it was earlier rather than later.
Exactly, it's either like 70s, 80s, or
That's what
recent.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
I think
90s,
it was
recent, I guess.
I feel like I saw Zeke in this game. I feel like I saw Zeke murder a Thanksgiving Day game. Maybe not. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I'm going to go against my fucking gut, and I'm going to say Emmitt Smith.
No, it is O.J. Simpson in
O.J.
1976.
Simpson? What?
O.J. Simpson led the league in rushing in 1976 and ran for 273 in a Thanksgiving Day game.
Who did they play?
That was a tough one. Who did they play? I didn't write that one down. It might have been the Lions, but I could be wrong.
So he would have had to been playing for the Bills then. So that would have
Yep.
That was his rookie year?
No, I don't know about that.
Oh, either way, dude.
He led
Holy
the league
shit!
in rushing
I don't know if I
that
would have
year.
ever gotten that. Holy shit.
That's why if I said 1976, then it obviously would have been between Juice and Walter there.
Right.
But yeah, as far as Zeke, I don't know what Zeke's record is, but I would have probably potentially guessed, maybe not yards wise, but I was already going to say as far as my bets tomorrow, Zeke is always hopping in that damn Salvation Army red bucket, dude. So I don't blame you for even thinking about that.
All the fucking time. It's just like I feel like over the last 3-4 years, there's about 15 clips of him doing that. So I felt like he had at least a 200-yard game or something.
All right, 3 left. You still got a chance to get back.
Shit,
highest
let's
win
go.
Highest win percentage as long as they've played more than one game. Highest win percentage: the Vikings, the Bears, the Cowboys, or the Dolphins. I already told you what the Cowboys' record was: 30-22. Is that the tops, or has somebody a better record with a smaller amount of games played?
I think the Vikings have been able to handle business more often than not. Give me the Vikings.
That is correct. 5-1 are the Vikings on Thanksgiving. You are 4-3. Just got to get one of these right to go above 500, my friend. All right.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, I bet they're like 6-2 or some shit like that is where my head was.
I don't know what I would have guessed, but I wouldn't have guessed.
I was like, I feel like they've probably played like almost not at all, but they've either played the Lions or a shit dick version of the Cowboys team, and they've taken care of business. Because it always seems like they win by like 3 against Dallas in a crazy game on that.
Sure.
So,
all right, last two.
Make way, motherfuckers.
Got to get one of these right. These ones are kind of tough. 12 receptions in a game is the receiving record for receptions in a game. Brett Perriman did it in the 90s with the Lions, and as well as this man in 2004. Is it Hall of Famer in 2004? Marvin Harrison, Randy Moss, or Torrey Holt?
Oh no, I think it's too easy. But
also,
one more time with who was the first one?
So it's 2004.
Yep.
Marvin Harrison, Randy Moss, or Torrey Holt.
12 receptions was the
12 catches.
Just because the guy who I want to say is known for yardage and not catches. And I don't know if he's a fucking I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer or not. I'm going to go way off in left field and really hope this isn't wrong and don't have to bank all the chips on the last question. Give me Torrey Holt.
No, it is not Torrey Holt.
Marvin Harrison?
It is Marvin Harrison. Torrey Holt. I kind of threw you a curveball. Torrey Holt is not a Hall of Famer, actually.
Damn, I didn't know if Marvin was. I didn't know if Marvin was. Fuck.
I was trying to emphasize 2004 because that was when Peyton Manning had 6 touchdowns, 2004 as well. I was trying to emphasize that one for you.
Then I definitely would have said Marvin Harrison. Shit!
You need this last one.
Okay.
Teams, last question. There is only a couple of teams to win Thanksgiving Day game and also go on to win the Super Bowl that year. The Cowboys have done it 3 times, and there's one other team that has done it once.
When was that, like in 1802?
Who's that, the Cowboys?
The Cowboys, yeah.
No, with the Super Bowl, no, that would have been there. They probably raked in the 90s on Thanksgiving and then won the Super Bowl. Because they won 3 Super Bowls. Well, I guess it could have been in the 70s, 80s.
Just throwing some unneeded Cowboy shit.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so teams to win on Thanksgiving Day and then the Super Bowl. Cowboys have done it 3 times. This other team did it in 1973, which I guess you can kind of potentially deduct. Okay, I didn't think this whole question's through. If you can do some process of elimination here. The Dolphins, the Bears, the Packers, or the Lions?
Dolphins.
Yeah, I did not make that. I did not make that hard enough as far as first, when the Bears won the Super Bowl.
Because first thing in my head was just like, Dolphins. Like as soon as you said 76, I was like, I don't know that they played on Thanksgiving, but Dolphins sounds fucking right. Well, that's all right. Hey, your boy.
Not my bad. That was a good question. I gave a bad multiple choice answers because those were really easy deductions.
Your boy goes above 500, 5-4. Thank you, sir. I'll be fucking here all Thanksgiving Day. You need some Thanksgiving answers. I got
thought
your
at least
back.
One of those questions were going to trip you up off the top, but no, sir.
Yeah,
good for
that's
you.
where I was hot. I got cold during the doggone middle. All right, let's see.
I wish I would have. With the Dolphins, I mean, obviously you got that by process of elimination, but if I did like Dolphins, Steelers, Raiders, that would have made it so much tougher because those teams were also fucking solid in the 70s. But of course, I picked 100%. The 3 teams that we know the most about that win the Super Bowl in the 70s. Made that one easy.
Okay, let's see here. Now, you asked me a little NFL action.
All right.
Why don't I ask you a little General Turkey Day action?
All right.
What do you think about that? We'll keep it a little shorter so we got time to talk a little bit more. I'll dish out maybe 3, maybe 5 here to you. Who was, Mr. Magnuson, the first president to ever pardon a turkey?
Oh, I've heard this before. I don't
I'll give you a hint.
Sure.
I'll give you a hint because this one's really hard when it comes to presidents. He is no longer with us.
Okay. Well, there's like 5 that are with us.
Well, that's true. That's true. I'll say unfortunate circumstances that he is no longer with us, and it is within the last couple decades. Well, not last couple decades, but pretty damn close. Within the last 100 fucking years. Ooh, close. Kennedy. I was trying not to give away assassination, but I didn't know how to.
Well, I was gonna. Well, you said unfortunate, and then obviously the first thing that comes to my head is Lincoln. But I was
Well, hey, you were on the same one, Lincoln and the JFK. Yeah, JFK, first president to pardon a turkey guy.
For some reason, I thought it was gonna be like Truman or FDR or something like that. But
Hey, wrong triple letters. You just need a little JFK, and you're in action now. All right, just scrolling through. Let's see here. Well, there's all types of ones that I would like to ask, but it's like, I probably shouldn't ask that live on air. Let's see. I think you'll know. Oh, okay. Roughly, my friend, and if you get within 5, I'll give it to you. Oh, we got some comments I got to check here in a second, too. But roughly, happy Thanksgiving, Mama Bear, Kim Jones, in the comments, in the chats. Love to see you. No, we won't be spending the Turkey Day together, but happy Thanksgiving. In what month, my friend, did the very first No, that's not the one I was asking you. I was saying, I prefaced this, if you get in without, get this within even 10, I'll give it to you. How many turkeys are prepared for Thanksgiving in America each year annually?
How many turkeys prepared annually in America each year?
On Thanksgiving. It's a big one. It's a big one.
500 million.
A little too much. Actually, under 100 million.
Okay.
46 million turkeys
46
every
million.
single year in Thanksgiving.
Hey, maybe more people are like you and you're not a big turkey fan. Who knows?
Okay, so here we go. That's a perfect segue into the third question for you, partner. What percentage of Americans skip turkey on Thanksgiving? 25%, 50%, 23%, or 12%?
23.
Only about 12% of Americans do not
I was thinking that might be a little too
turkey.
obvious, the lowest one.
12%. Last but certainly not least, let's scroll through, see if we can find any, let's see, Thanksgiving leftovers. Okay. How many Americans prefer the leftovers of the Thanksgiving meal rather than getting around the table and sitting and having the actual said Thanksgiving meal? 20%, 80%, 45%, or 60%?
I'm going to say 45%, man. I don't know that I would say I like it more, but those leftovers, if you get the right mix of leftovers, that is a solid-ass meal. 45%.
I think you should have gave yourself a little bit more credit. 80% of Americans favor the leftovers over the actual meal on Thanksgiving. They say, fuck the fam, fuck coming out of the oven. I like to sit with my comfy shorts on, let the old belly bulge out a little bit, watch me some foosball next day. Thanksgiving leftovers.
I like it. Let me kick one back at you. What is the Major League eating record for pounds of turkey consumed in 10 minutes? How many pounds of turkey most
in 10
pounds
minutes?
Of turkey consumed in 10 minutes? I'll give you a hint. It is by Joey Jaws Chestnut.
Let's go. Let's go. What a fucking guy. I would expect none the less.
Of course.
From him, I would say I'm going to go 12.4 pounds.
A little over 9.35 pounds of turkey.
That was okay,
Close
but
to
3
a
pounds
pound
more
of turkey in a minute. Good grief, man.
That's insane.
There's another one. I don't know. This might just be in lesser time. It says turkey in parentheses whole. That was what both of them said. This one's a short form, so I don't know if that's just short because it's 8 minutes. Pat Bertoletti, another July 4th, Nathan's famous legend. 6.91 pounds of roast turkey in 8 minutes.
Wow. Holy bejeepers. Talk about that. Never heard about a fucking competitive Thanksgiving Day eating contest, but I might have to find it on the airwaves.
Man, I say it whenever July 4th comes around. Give me some type of Major League eating subscription, dude. Put it on Netflix. Put it on one of these, because I would watch the hell out of it.
100%. 100%. Okay. Last but certainly not least from me. Home run out of the park. It's an A or B question for you.
Okay.
A or B. What turkeys actually make the infamous sound right before you hunt them for Thanksgiving? Are they male turkeys or are they female turkeys?
Oh, shit.
I'll get one more time. Male or female turkeys?
Give me male. No.
Ding, 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 ding. He's a winner, chicken dinner. He wanted to change it. I wouldn't let him. He said the right one first. Male turkeys.
Winner, turkey fucking dinner,
Turkey
baby.
fucking dinner, boys and girls. There you go. There you have it. Little NFL trivia into regular Thanksgiving trivia. Hope you guys have an absolutely terrific Thanksgiving tomorrow. Again, a couple of key announcements, a couple of key things for you guys before we go on and get out of here for the day. Wise words dropping at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time here today. Right after this show, usually about 30 minutes after we wrap it up. So we'll have about 10, 12 minutes of the show left here today. With that, we won't have a daily show tomorrow and then no daily show on Friday. So if you're just hankering for some TTL crew action, hankering for some stuff in between from us, You got Wise Words Season 2, Episode number 1, dropping today. You'll have it all the way Thursday, Friday while you're hanging out. If you didn't watch any of the episodes for Season 1, you want to go back and rewatch those, check those out too. We already have Season 2, Episode number 2, and 3 guests secured, working on 4 and 5. So we should be ready to rock and roll. I can't wait for you guys to see the episode today. Absolute Electric Factory, a guy both me and Mags have looked up to in the industry for a long time. And let me tell you, it is a wealth of wise words, left, right, and center. I mean, I had to watch it again, and I'm going to probably rewatch it again. There is so much good information in this one. We had a blast. It's still funny, still back and forth. It was a great time. So I highly suggest you check it out. If you missed the drop on YouTube, there is a premiere set on YouTube on our page. It will start about 5 minutes before the actual drop at 12 p.m. So about 11:55 a.m. on our YouTube channel, Talking the Line Sports Media on YouTube. You will see a premiere, and then it will start at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then it'll be available on all major podcast directories. If you missed the premiere, you would just want to easily find it, you can go to talkingtheline.com/wise-words-podcast. All major directories are there, the YouTube platform, everything like that is right at your fingertips. Outside of that, my friend, Cup of Joe on Campers, we will have that on Saturday. I know we won't see you on Thursday or Friday, so won't be able to remind you. We will have COJOC, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, Saturday morning. We do have a special guest or guests joining us on Saturday, right around 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, about an hour after we get into everything, start to wrap up the show. We'll have another little about 15 minutes, 30 minutes, little back and forth discussion, get some extra plays, get some extra nonsense. If you've been hanging around the show, you know who that special guests is, but I'm not going to tell you anymore. You're going to have to wait and see till you see us again Saturday morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time for Cup of Joe on campus. Other than that, might have some blogs coming out next few days. We won't be able to, or obviously won't be dishing out NFL plays yet. Won't be dishing out college football plays yet. So we obviously really start to handicap and lock down our cards today and tomorrow. So stay on the lookout for those. We might be end up dishing out different blogs or stuff on that end, so you guys have some more content to consume there. UFC blog will be coming as well Saturday. Might drop it Friday night, just depending on kind of what shakes out the next few days here with Old Turkey Day. And then RMags will have extra cheddar on Sunday, so be on the lookout for that. The Packers do play on Sunday. No Thanksgiving Day game for them. Going to be one of those weird games. We'll have or weird days. We'll have 4 or 5 games in the morning and then 2 in the afternoon on Sunday. So it'll kind of seem really weird. But that's the small price we have to pay for huge action day on Thanksgiving.
Most definitely.
Outside of that, partner, before I remind these fine folks where they can find everything Talking the Line Sports Media, any late-breaking news, announcements, reminders, anything I forgot to dish out before we go on and get about our turkey days?
As far as NFL news, sounds like Kareem Hunt is going to be back this week. He's activated off of the COVID/injured list. CeeDee Lamb, actually, concussion on Sunday, could be in tomorrow. He is making solid progress. Sounds like he has one more hurdle to clear. But the team is hopeful, and I really hope that is the case because he is on both of my fantasy teams, and I need him to be back. Lamar Jackson will practice today. Mike Carter is out. C.J. Mosley is limited for the Jets. Zach Wilson, I believe we all probably already saw this, but Zach Wilson is going to start. Mike White is out for COVID protocols. Not ruling out or not closing the door on Joe Flacco yet, but obviously if they've already named Zach Wilson the starter, who gives a shit? And that is it, my friend. I am really hoping for some CeeDee Lamb action, not only for my fantasy team, but also for a much more enjoyable Thanksgiving football day against those Las Vegas Raiders, because CeeDee Lamb is the man.
100%. And when did I miss the DeMarcus Lawrence to New Orleans trade? When did I miss him being on New Orleans?
I just kind of skimmed by that as well.
So why I say dude. So let me read it to you. Open a 21-day practice window. So basically he was on IR. So I don't know if DeMarcus Lawrence was on IR for the Cowboys and somehow the Saints picked him up. because now it says if all goes well, he should be ready for Saints game next. Oh, Saints, now that I read it out loud, he's playing the Saints. Just had to say it out loud. Don't worry about me. Just had to say it out loud and actually read the damn tweet. That's per Calvin Watkins. So DeMarcus Lawrence is not a Saint. He is a Dallas Cowboy. Just relax. Just relax.
Good clarification.
Yeah, definitely see how rumors get started, see how things happen, how gossip and drama goes down the wrong side. Hey, that's not what we do here. So glad we got that cleared up there. Appreciate your last final comments there, partner. I think that's about all I got. Make sure you visit this episode's description. Check out the link tree in there. It has our website, all of our social platforms, and our additional content. You can just go to our website too, talkingtheline.com. Has all of our shows on there, tabs for each one of our shows. Has tabs for our best bets, for live lines and odds, for our blogs, our partners, all types of stuff. You can check everything out there at talkingtheline.com. Be sure to subscribe to our blogs as well. We will never send you spam. I don't know why. I have to say this every single doggone time, but we will not send you spam. Subscribe to our blogs, whether it be an edition of my UFC picks or maybe an inspiration corner or Mag's sidebars or maybe his extra cheddar, whatever the case might be. That's all you will ever get in your email inbox. So we make it super easy to sign up. Just follow the directions on the blog page or also on the homepage. But also just check out everything on talkingtheline.com. Outside of that, you can follow us on the Action Network still here too for picks. Got to mention that I'm at cash_with_Colt. Riley is at RMags and all caps. And then Talking the Line best bets are at Talking the Line. Also, we're migrating over to Chalkboard, so you can follow all of our stuff there. Check out our board, Talking the Line. I know, super hard to remember. And then dive into some of the channels. Always open, always ready to communicate, go back and forth, have some fun with you guys. We have tons of channels on there, whether you're a UFC fan or a college football fan or college basketball, or you just want to talk some shit or maybe let off some steam about a bad beat that we might have all experienced together. We have a channel for you on there. Please come join the party, Talking the Line board on the Chalkboard HQ app, at Chalkboard HQ on the Bird app. That's Twitter for you simpletons. Outside of that, I think I'm really good now. Partner, anything else before I dish out some motivation minutes and we get on out of here?
No, sir. Let's finish this baby off.
All right. Last but not least, my motivation minutes of the day. Short and sweet for you here, my friends. Not going to see you tomorrow, not going to see you Friday, so figured I'd give you a little bit something to hold on and go down your own rabbit holes on for the next few days here before I see you on Monday. Obviously, I wrap up every week with a John Wooden quote, so it wouldn't only be right that I do the exact same thing here because it is our last show of the week. So the John Wooden quote of the day, my friends, and it kind of goes into battling through adversity, chasing after your dreams, going after your passions, walking down the path, seeing the barricade in front of you, and having every will inside of you to figure out how to either get over or smash through that barrier because there ain't no going around it. And I know I speak about that a lot, and I wanted to kind of give you the opportunity to take all that stuff in that I spoke about this week, the past week, and maybe in the past something that stuck with you, kind of give you this all-encompassing quote and let you be thankful through Thanksgiving. Think about it a little bit, and then we'll hit the ground running on some new topics on Monday. So, John Wooden quote of the day. It takes time to create excellence. If it could be done quickly, more people would do it. It takes time to create excellence. If it could be done quickly, more people would do it. So whatever you're facing, whatever you're chasing after, have some patience. Take some time. Relax a little bit. Maybe take these next few days here to turn off the switch and turn off the intensity so much for just a little while, because maybe it's a little bit closer than you realize and you've been grinding a long time to reach that excellence, and maybe that excellence is almost here. But if you get too wrapped up over the next few days and you don't spend time to reset yourself, it's going to feel farther and farther away. So take some time, give reset. Remember to have a little bit of patience, and I'll see y'all back around the bend for some more motivation minutes, and we'll keep busting through barriers, giving them the blades, and catching flaming arrows from across the battlefield and snapping them over our knee day in and day out. So I leave you before we close the show with my motivation minutes. The quote of the day from the legendary John Wooden. It takes time to create excellence. If it could be done quickly, more people would do it. And that does it for my motivation minutes. of the day.
I love it, my man. Nobody said it would be easy. I love it.
Damn straight. Nobody said it would be easy, and it's about all you can say about that. So, Mama says my magic shows. They'll take me anywhere. That's about all I could say is about that. Me's and Jenny, we's like peas and carrots. She taught me to read, and I taught her to dangle. All right, I got to watch some Forrest Gump, get all that shit out of my head.
You're watching that on Friday, aren't you?
Oh, yep. We might be watching Forrest Gump tomorrow before. Maybe I wake up, morning movie,
There you go.
Forrest Gump. There you go. Outside of that, Lieutenant Dan, anything else you got over there?
No, Forrest, I do not.
All right. Well, I don't either on this side, so I don't want to. I'm going to miss you guys, but let's wrap this thing up the only way we know how. So, ladies and gentlemen, degenerates and gamblers, far and wide, for myself and Mags, thank you so much for choosing to stop by episode number 170 of the Talking the Line pod. Dive into some rabbit holes with me and my partner, but most importantly, get ready to run tickets to the window with us all day and night long. We cannot tell you how much we appreciate you. It is that time of the year to be thankful, so I know I say it all the time, but thank you. From the bottom of our hearts, all of your support, all of your following, all of you out there, for real, we cannot tell you how much we appreciate all of you guys. Thank you. Remember to tell those people in your life to thank you as well. I know I told you that yesterday, but another reminder, be thankful. And last but certainly not least, we hope you have a spectacular rest of your Wednesday, unless you have any other plans. A terrific start to your Thanksgiving filled with nothing but gratefulness, nothing but love, nothing but joy, surrounded by the people that you feel all those emotions about. We will see you back around the bend on Monday. Again, no Thursday or Friday show, but we will see you for Cup of Joe on campus on Saturday at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. The Wise Words Podcast, dropping 30 short minutes from now, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Absolute electric guest. This one might be an hour-long premiere. We got to talking. I apologize. Last but certainly not least, lock in today's best bets of the day. Get ready to meet us at the pay window. We'll see you on Monday. But for now, let's cash some tickets.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.